It's day one of the AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup 2022. We are in the Kuala Lumpur Football Stadium for the Group A clash between Brunei Darussalam and Thailand. And after the tremendous result from just a short while ago where Cambodia beat the Philippines, that has really given a fillip to all the other sides in this group. And Brunei, well, can they take some inspiration from that? They are the overwhelming underdog in this game against the Thais, the defending champions, the record winners of this tournament. Brunei only into their second ever tournament here of the AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup 2022. As you can see there, what a superb result that was. Cambodia beating the Philippines 3-2, and very, very good value for it, by the way, as well. So Brunei hoping beyond hope that they could achieve something similar. They are playing here in Kuala Lumpur. There will be some Brunei fans as well. That's good to see. But Thailand have a following wherever they go. With me in the commentary position, Rish Roshan Rai. Roshan, what a superb start to this tournament we have had. And surely that gives inspiration to everyone else.
Yeah, I think so. I think the Brunei players will have heard of what's happened between Cambodia and Philippines. And as we spoke about in that game, and the influence of, you know, sides perhaps being the underdogs and going into matches against favorites and believing that they can get a result out of it. I'm sure Brunei will go into this knowing what they're going to be up against, knowing that it's going to be incredibly difficult. There's going to be a huge challenge for them coming up against this Thailand side. But you still need, as a player, to believe that there's a chance. There's always a chance, however slim. You still need to believe that you go into these games and thinking that something might come your way. If you stick to the plan, work hard, get a little bit of luck along the way, and maybe the opposition, Thailand, have a bit of an off day, something could come your way. So there will still be that belief. We'll see how far that takes them across the evening.
Brunei, as I mentioned, have only played once ever in this competition. They are here because they edged out Timor-Leste in the playoffs. Actually won that in style as well. The only time they participated was the very first edition, 1996, where they actually won a match where they beat Philippines. That was a very different sort of Philippines back then, but they had the one win, 3 losses. They scored that 1 goal. It was a 1-0 win, but they conceded a whopping 15 goals in their other 3 matches. And the Thais, Roshan, will be looking at this as a match that not only do they want to win, but they want to win in style as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's important for them, you know, going into this game to want to get off to a good start. Not just that, not just about collecting the 3 points, but as you said, really make a statement, put their foot down and say, you know, we're here and we are the defending champions. We are the most successful side in the history of this competition for a reason. This is obviously not the strongest Thai squad that could be sent out, but it's still a very strong side. And they still have plenty of quality, and that quality should be on display this evening.
Yeah, we'll certainly go into a bit more detail when we'll have those lineups for you. As we see the 2 teams coming out here. And yeah, you can just see a few fans there. But it's nice to see Brunei back in the competition. They are the smallest country by far in the ASEAN region. And they normally get knocked out, of course, in the qualifiers when they do even take part in those. But it's nice for them, especially against the Timor-Leste side, who entertained us in the last edition.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really good to see Brunei back in this competition. It really, really is. It just freshens things up a little bit as well in that sense. You know, and it's a good moment, nice moment for these players. Again, international football has been hard to come by, so to step up into this competition and play against some of the best sides in the region will be a nice challenge for Brunei.
They beat Laos as well recently, so that is a good result for them. But lost to, overall they won 6-3 in that qualifier against Timor-Leste to get here.
Dan sekarang lagu kebangsaan Brunei Darussalam.
Yeah, nice to hear the Brunei national anthem once again on this stage at the AFF Championship. But they know they have a really tough task at hand against the defending champions, Thailand, who are led there by one of their veterans, star player, Thiraton Bunmatan. As we now look at the lineups, starting with Brunei. And it is a mixture of youth and experience. A vast majority of this squad play for DPMM, who have experience of playing in overseas leagues, previously Malaysia, and will be back in the Singapore Premier League next season. And no surprises, Roshan, that they're going to go effectively with a back five, aren't they?
Well, let's see. I mean, this is what they said they're going to be starting with the back five here, 3-5-2. Still gives them the couple of options up front, and obviously an opportunity to just drop off into a deep five block if they are under pressure from Thailand, which they expect them to be. But let's see if there's a bit of a shake-up in terms of their actual setup once the game kicks off.
Yeah, if they've not picked some of their veterans like Wardan Yusof, the 41-year-old goalkeeper, and their all-time record goal scorer, Sharazan Said, as well. A couple of his brothers are in the side nonetheless. But it is a big, big ask here, where they'll be chomping at the bit to be back in this competition. As I mentioned, a stirring win over Laos a few months ago. Then the win over Timor-Leste to get into this competition. The two skippers here now with that toss. Referee just going to get things underway. As we look at the Thailand side, that perhaps has a slightly more unfamiliar look to it from teams past. The big news, of course, announced a couple months ago was that the MVP from last year, I should say, Chanatip Songkrasin, declared that he would not be playing this time. Thiraton Dungda leads the line, the veteran striker. He's already the record goal scorer in this tournament.
Yeah, I mean, look at Thiraton and Adisak up front. Lots of experience, lots of quality. Thiraton, it's a position that he's very comfortable playing in central midfield. He plays that for Buriram, along with Sarat, who's just oozes class and so composed in those central midfield positions. Bodin Pala and Ekanit Panya, an opportunity for those two players to, impress even more. Especially looking forward to seeing what Ekanit can do on this stage, being given the opportunity to impress right from the start. Expect lots of energy from the likes of Sasalak and Supanan in those full-back positions, and Kritsada was just brilliant.
Yeah, in the last.
Kritsada, and his versatility, he shows it with this Thailand side. Can play in central midfield, but he's been used more in central defence.
Yeah, players like Supachok, Supachai and Titipat not playing in this one. And that gives an opportunity to some of the others. Chen Sin Chuan from Chinese Taipei, our referee. And it's Thailand who'll get us going here. On paper, looks a game that can really put the pressure on everyone else in this group. Indonesia are the ones that have the rest day today in Group A. You're expecting Thailand just to come flying off the blocks then, Roshan, today?
Yeah, I think it's important for them to, really put down a marker, show everyone that they're still, not still, that they are the defending champions for a reason.
Tierson with a real opportunity here to add to his tally. And here he is now. Prop Bordimpala, and that is put out for a goal. Adisak getting a start. He didn't really get much game time in the last tournament, despite top scoring the previous one.
Yeah, again, just have a look at this ball over the top. It's a clever pass. Chipped out to Bordin. And just wanted to bend it around the goalkeeper. That's a very good save by Jaime. The important thing from Thailand here is to get off to a very good tempo, quick tempo, get an early goal if they can, and then you feel like they'll start to flow.
Jaime Naring there with an excellent save. It's going to be a lot of work, you feel, at the back for this side. Going to have to get through a fair bit of defending. There's Tiraton, who, as Roshan mentioned, is more of a central player, but of course spent most of his career as a left back. Did notice that he would come quite infield, wouldn't he? Anyway, as a left back.
Yeah, that was his role as well. Even though he would start matches at left back, he would move inside in the progression phase of play when they were looking to try and play it through. He'd be one of the players that would give them the opportunity to just get into a good area, good technical quality. Mano Polking, Thailand's head coach, looking on.
Wearing his standard AFF uniform.
Standard outfit. Can confirm that he has a few... it's not the same black shirt and blue jeans that he wears all the way through. He does have a few pieces of them.
I can confirm Roshan was so impressed with him that he emulated Mano Polking a couple times as Thailand come forward here.
And a quick ball down the line for Ekanit. Looking for the early cross into the area for Tirasin. Let's going back to Tiraton. It's a position he played in when he was playing for Yokohama F. Marinos as well in Japan. You know, starting out at left back but dropping into central areas. There's Mario Rivera, Chez.
Yep, absolutely. The Brunei Darussalam coach, and of course they haven't played much football at all. And not just because of what's been happening pandemic-wise. They just don't get that exposure, do they, to play so much international football. So, great opportunity for them, now led by 45-year-old Spaniard Mario Rivera, who's managed at teams like Leganes and Atletico Madrid. He was a video analyst for the C team. Had a former stint with Brunei back in 2017-2018 as the under-21 coach. And just a couple months in the job.
The quality on his delivery from Tiraton. Plenty of space for Adisak to work with. He needs to add direction to his header. Simple enough claim for Jaime. It's a good height, not enough into the corners. A quick start from Thailand.
Yeah, very encouraging from them. And they're going to come hard at this Brunei side.
Well, again, it looks more like a 4-4-2 from Brunei rather than what we were shown at the start, it being a 3-5-2.
Which would have been probably the logical approach, right?
The 3, you mean?
With the 3.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that coming up against Thailand that you want an extra body at the back. But 4-4-2 was something that Brunei employed in their playoff matches against Timor-Leste. I know Timor-Leste and Thailand completely two different opponents, but if there's a system that works for you.
Sasalak, here's Bordimpala. Little passes, quick ones. Bordin. It's really about discipline, isn't it, as far as Brunei are concerned? Keeping your shape, keeping compact.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, you expect going into this game that there's going to be a lot of this, a lot of chasing, a lot of Thailand having the ball, a lot of you having to keep your concentration and defensively keep your discipline.
Just slipped into Sasalak there, and again, Jaime has done enough. Already called into action a fair bit in these opening minutes. Everything being played inside this half. Saraj. There's Pansa. Ekanit. Sasalak is really pushing forward here, really high up. Tiraton. Back to Sasalak. Oh, Tiraton was just trying to get that up. Good ball in, but just about dealt with it.
Some good goalkeeping by Jaime already. Not the biggest of goalkeepers, but quick reactions, good reactions. Brunei, they just won't be used to this tempo of play.
You can't, as much as you're training, I suppose, for chasing the ball around, until you're actually facing an opposition like this, so hard to sort of emulate that.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it's completely different. Yeah, you can work in training, you can say, okay, this is what Thailand are going to do. It's not so much what they're going to do, it's the speed that they're doing it with.
Yeah, they are retaining the ball very well already. The ties. Saraj. Now Pansa. Jaime's done enough. Was there a foul? No, no one's really asking for it.
And again, they're in behind Thailand, and again, they counter-press so well because they're so dominant, they're so high up the pitch. Brunei just can't get out.
Saraj quick on the ball, looking very sharp. Oh, just for half a millisecond there. It looked not good news. Supanan.
They're hanging on here, Brunei. You just see Alinor, I think he panics a little bit, doesn't trust that they'll be able to maintain that line, and he drops off. Tries to cover and track that run of Sasalak. It was an initial nudge in the back. And then Jaime coming out to make the save.
Sasalak has shown a real intent on going forward and even coming in field a little bit. Header is wide. They are. Tirisin Dungdo, so good in the air, looking to get his 20th AFF Championship goal.
And again, it's set piece specialist Tiraton, putting it into a really good area of the penalty box. Glances off the head of Tirisin.
Well, he has been a busy man, hasn't he, already? Jaime. Saraj forward. Here's Tirisin. Right to challenge. Goes forward to Ekanit. Sees the run on the outside from Supanan. Problem is, they're just not able to get on the ball or string more than a couple of passes together.
These moments where they are able to try and just play on the counter, so important for Brunei. Goes out for a throw in, a chance to reset, catch a breather, encourage each other. Okay, 10 minutes in, well done, guys. You know, we're being dominated, we haven't conceded.
Would they be sort of taking it in chunks like that?
I mean, you look at the clock, and then the game's happening so quickly at times. And I've been in those situations where you feel like a lot has happened, and you look at the clock and it's only been 15 minutes gone. And you wonder, oh, how long more can I last in this? Eventually you find a way through, you start to pace yourself. But so important for Brunei, and it sounds obvious, but so important they try and hang on and not concede against Thailand for as long as they possibly can, because there is that fear that once they let one go, and that could potentially open the floodgates.
An opportunity to get some bodies up top for Brunei. Scored out there, Hakimi Yazid now, they're going forward. Ekanet on this other side for the moment. Supanan can't get that.
Well, I'll tell you why it's important. I know you said it sounds obvious for them to just hang on and not concede that goal, because the moment Thailand score first, that changes the state of the game.
Yeah.
Brunei then at 0-0, they can hold on, they can sit back and then play on the counter. And at the very least, they don't concede, they come away with a point. The moment they concede one, the game has to change. They have to open up a little bit more, and that's when Thailand will start finding more space. Just looking to try and frustrate higher quality opposition for as long as you can.
Well, I recall in the previous tournament in Thailand, they were up against Timor-Leste as well in their opening game, and it took a while.
Yeah.
51st minute when they got the opening goal.
That's really good defending by Ali Noor. And make sure he just stuck with Borden. The step over was there, but Ali Noor got himself goal side. Strong enough to hold off Borden.
Well, he's a man who'll be patient. Mana Poking, who was appointed not too long before the previous AFF Championship. There were doubters then, weren't there, about Poking, but he silenced them fairly quickly.
I mean, if there were doubters, I wonder what they were worried about. I wonder what they were thinking, because Polking is someone who knows Thai football very well.
Yep.
Obviously been there, and brings a lot of experience, brings a lot of quality. Tactically very good head coach. But if there were any doubters, he certainly silenced them.
Yeah. Yeah, he hadn't won a title, and that's what the people were saying.
Yeah.
And well, he won the biggest title on offer in Southeast Asian football. As Brunei have a rare foray into the Thai half. There's Sasalak. Slips that through for Borden. Just some time on the ball, I think, for Brunei would do them a world of good. That's quickly given away. Hamizan. Cross is made in, and Tirasin was looking to pull the trigger. It's scrambled out for a corner.
Oh, that's good from Hakimi. Striking back and making sure he was an extra body in the box. Cross, just again a deflection of Haziq. Could have dropped kindly for Tirasin, and it was so important that Hazimi just stepped in.
Well, they're having to do everything they can just to get bodies in front of the ball. Does enough there again, doesn't he? Jaime. The flag goes up.
He's done well so far, Jaime. And I get the feeling he's one of those goalkeepers as well who won't mind being tested quite a bit. A chance for him to show everyone just how good he is.
Yep.
And so far it's been a good start, 15 minutes in. And look at the clock. If you're the coach, you're saying, guys, yep, keep going, keep it up.
Yeah, been very positive so far in that sense from Brunei, from a defensive point of view. Haven't been able to offer anything really going forward yet. Tiraton. There you go.
18 attacks in 15 minutes.
Yeah, I'm actually even quite surprised by the 7 Brunei ones, but
Yeah, I wonder where those 7 came from.
because this is one of the few times they've even got this deep into the Thai third.
I don't remember even seeing Kittipong.
He's not done anything, right? He hasn't touched the ball yet, has he?
I don't think so.
Anyway, here comes Hamizan. Was he fouled? Looks across at the referee. Sasalak. In many ways, Roshan, they wouldn't mind Brunei trying to come forward, and then we know how quick this Thai team can be.
It does happen in certain situations where, well, I'll come back to it to see how this develops. Second hit.
Yeah, looking to just slip that through. Supanan.
There are instances where, when you know you're obviously the better side,
Yeah.
you give the opposition a chance to just push forward a little bit and then try and trap them into certain areas where you then press, win the ball, and then try and hit on a quick counter.
Especially a side that's quite happy to put 10 men behind the ball, right?
Yeah.
Ball in by Bordin. Yeah, I mean, I recall going back to that first game of the previous edition where Timor-Leste were very disciplined.
Just behind the run of Tirasin. Delivery from Bordin. Comes off his shin in the end. Going to quite readjust himself. Yeah, going back to your point about that match against, I remember.
They frustrated them.
I remember it well. Yeah, I was there, watched it, and yes, Thailand had a lot of the ball, a lot of possession. They did create chances, but it took them some time to find the breakthrough. But when they eventually did,
Yeah.
they then kind of ran away with it. To be fair, it was something that Paul King spoke to him after that match, and he said, you know, we expected this, and it's always difficult. First match of the competition, you're coming up against a side who are fired up, want to make an impact. For them, this is huge.
Yeah.
You know, and if they are defensive and they work hard, it's always difficult to break down. You see it across the world of football.
Sasalak to Tiraton. Pretty well drilled at the moment, the Bruneians, and that's just hit the corner flag. Will be a throw in. How much of the fact do you think that a lot of these Brunei players have had experience playing in an overseas league, for example, rather than say domestically, has helped them in their approach?
Brunei's players.
Brunei's players having that exposure.
If they had that exposure, it would make a big difference. It's been difficult for them because a lot of the football has been played domestically. Yeah.
I mean, over the last 2-3 years,
right.
yeah. Or if at all.
Yeah. And that's obviously a huge challenge, you know, coming up onto the international stage. The intensity levels are very different. And Brunei, as you mentioned earlier, don't really get an opportunity to play too much international football. The club football scene has taken a bit of a hit because of the...
Ball across. And it should be an easy tap in there. Bordin Pala gets the opening goal after all that pressure right from the very start. And Thailand have the lead.
Well, they found their breakthrough, Thailand. It is very much deserved. It's an easy finish from Bordin Pala in the end. But good approach play. Didn't allow themselves to get frustrated. Knew there was plenty of time for them to find the breakthrough. They flood the penalty area with bodies there. 4 Thai players attacking into the penalty box. And Tirasin just so clever with how he just puts it back into the danger zone and knows that support will arrive. And how about this from Tiraton? Quality of the pass into Tirasin. And they've gotten their breakthrough. But expect the goals to flow now.
Well, you said once that first one goes in, it could change everything.
It's all set up nicely then for the game to finish 1-0.
So Bordipala gets Thailand off the mark here. And we've said that Thailand, of course, will not be satisfied with just a one-goal margin. We're going to want as many goals as possible. Really set the tone for this group. Here's Tiraton. Towards Bordin. Now Sarah Chuyen. Adisak. Oh, that was a clear header. Maybe he could have gone for goal himself there, Bordin.
Yeah, perhaps he should have. I think he might have just felt that he was too far out from goal to generate enough power on the header. Just thought maybe he'd set it up for a teammate instead.
Well, they're already making a change here. That is fairly sharp. The forward, Hamizan, is going off. Just trying to discern if there's any sort of problem with him. And it's going on, a defender's coming on. Hanif Hamir.
And now it looks
he made that signal, right?
Yeah, now it looks like they're going to go into a back three with Hanif coming on. And the coach Rivera reacting to going a goal down here. Looks like they are going to go to a 5-4-1 now.
Which, to be fair, we thought they would probably start with something like that.
Yeah, but they stuck with their 4-4-2. Hasn't quite worked out for them, and they've been under increasing pressure. So there's a tactical change from the coach, just trying to change it up a bit. See if that helps his side defensively. Instead of a 5-4-1, it looks more like a 5-3-2. He's pushed Hakimi Yazid forward.
Oh, just about the intervention there. Thailand really threatening already for that second goal. Now Panza. Out across to Sasalak. Tiraton. Looking to get some kind of outlet. Here's Hakimi. Well, he's made that very early move. So you don't often see this quick in a game. Midway point of that first half when he made that change, taking up Hamizan and bringing on Hanif Hamir. They're looking to try and bolster things at the back if they can. Big ask here. Now Ekanet. Sarach probing around here. They've got a lot of players in front of them. This is Kritsada. Well, it's all Thailand, I can say that as much. So far. Here's Sasalak. And now Borden. Everyone inside this Thai half. This Brunei half. Applying that pressure. Sarach. They just can't get on the ball at the moment, the Bruneians. That might be one of the few touches we've seen so far from Kittipong. Maybe his first.
Yeah, I think he'll be enjoying the fact that he's been able to get a touch on that. He's been a spectator for large parts of this one. He's, I'm sure, enjoy what he's seen in front of him. His team's so high up the pitch, not had much to do at all.
Here's Tiraton, who lofted that ball across to Tirason to put a nice delivery on the plate, really, for Borden. Now Tiraton has maybe a bit too much on that one. They're really getting their fullbacks right up there, aren't they?
Well, there's a lot of space for them to do that. So dominant that they are, as you mentioned, camped in Brunei's half. And because Brunei have so many players back, Thailand do need to have those additional numbers forward as well. It's invited on to help them try and break down this Brunei defensive block one more time.
Yeah, it's crisp passing from the Thais so far. They've looked very impressive. Probably think, though, that they should be more than one up. They really tested Jaime in that goal earlier on. Have they done enough of that since those first few minutes, and then apart from the goal?
Yeah, I mean, they're still dominant in possession. They're still looking to try and find that opening. It's been pretty quiet for Jaime since that opening goal.
Yeah.
Quite right to point that out. But it's okay. There's still a long way to go. They've got that lead.
Hakimi brought down here.
That's good work from Hakimi. I'll need more of this. Brunei need to somehow find a way to do a lot more of this. Winning this free kick, at least, again, as I said, this eases the pressure on his side, gives everybody a chance to breathe, to slow it down. That's nice enough to give us a shot of Kittipong here. The poor guy, he's not had much to do. He's been out of the picture. At least get a closer look at him as he tries to organize a few things.
It shows you just how humid it is for someone who hasn't had to do anything yet. In Kuala Lumpur. Here is Hakimi. Foul on him, on Sasalak, who actually had to do some defending.
He's looked decent, Hakimi. Every time I've seen him get the ball, and we saw earlier as well, him trying to help out defensively when he was playing on the right side.
Has that evaded the flag? It might have, but it just seemed to run away from Tirasin. Now Yura Indraputra. And that's the problem. When they try to get it out forward, they don't really have those outlets, do they? And they can't hold on to the ball.
They don't have those outlets. They don't have the technical quality required to hang on to it under pressure.
There's space here for Bordipala. Half an hour gone.
That's good work from Thailand again. Borden is looks sharp off this left-hand side. And that give and go gets in behind.
Thailand very comfortable here at the Kuala Lumpur Football Stadium against Brunei Darussalam in the AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup 2022. Opening 2 matches of Group A, day 1 of this tournament that stretches up till the 16th of January. When we have the second of the 2-legged finals. Sasalak. Sarach. Brunei Palace seen a lot of the ball on this left-hand side. Kritsada. Now, Tirasin. Pansa. Looking for that little opening. Tirasin. Well, overlapping run by Sasalak. Enough bodies in the way. Now Hakimi. Very alert. Kittipong was there.
It's turned into a really good pass into Tirasin.
They've been still relatively well disciplined yet. Ekanet. Good ball in, and it's a nice take. That could have been an awkward one for Jaime.
Yeah, I think it took a deflection on its way through into him. Had to readjust. Good punch away from Jaime as well, reading the flight of the ball well. The move just before this from Thailand, the way Sasalak made that overlapping run, and this one right here, it just felt like Thailand would go in and get the second goal. That's really good defending by Brunei. They drop off so deep, almost towards their own goal line, but they get it away. No Rikwan it was with the challenge.
Just a little arm across there from Hendra. Well, they're looking at the clock and it's 32 minutes gone. It's just the 1 goal so far. Pala tapping into pretty much an empty net there.
Yeah, Hakimi was just trying to earn a free kick. Referee wasn't buying it.
On the turn from Adisak.
I tell you what, Jaime in goal has actually looked really,
Yeah.
really confident. It's looked good for them. He's had lots of chances to show everyone just how good he is.
Adisak finds Tirasin. He's got board into his left. He's gone for goal, and again, pretty safe pair of hands so far, Jaime.
Yeah, not enough into the corner. Bought in, he was trying to shape a shot. I need to kind of start it outside the far post a little bit before bending it back in. Too close to Jaime. Hangs on to it well.
It's about the first sort of mistake he's done. That's a kick straight out of play, but otherwise, been very good value so far, Jaime. Sasalak rides that challenge. There's Tirasin. Supanan. He's got Ekanet in front of him. Give and go. Floating that in from Sasalak.
Well gathered. I mean, Sasalak, wonder if he's... Yeah, it's a cross. I stopped for a moment. He was trying to just chip the goalkeeper. looking for that far post. But he was instead looking for a run of Tirasin, which he got. But too close to Jaime.
Look at that possession, 83%. And of course, Roshan, just a 1 goal to show for it so far, if we're going to be critical.
Yeah, if we're going to be critical. The thing for Thailand here is it's not a problem because the performance has been good. So it's not like they've looked laboured.
Right.
It's not like they've looked like they've lacked ideas. I don't see it to be the case anyway. It's just that they've scored just a 1 goal right now. And I think people perhaps expected them to be 3-4 up going into the halftime break.
Which is a good reflection, a testament to the defensive abilities of Brunei.
Yeah, and it's always going to be difficult. Again, I said, you're up against a side, it's match day 1 of the competition, you're up against a side who are playing in it for the first time in a long while and will want to give a good impression of themselves. And they'll be fired up for this. And if they're just concerned about keeping things tight at the back, then it becomes really difficult to find those spaces to work openings. Hendra Azam has just gone down, and he'll be hoping, having already made a change, just to go with a 5 at the back.
Yeah, I think, you know, the fact that that change was made early on, it helps, of course, that you're allowed 5 substitutions these days, of course. To make such an early one. Hendra is thankfully okay, the Brunei skipper. This man here, 24-year-old Jaime Abdullah Nyaring, who applies his trade with DPMM, will be back in the Singapore Premier League next season. Here's Cheriton with the free kick. Fall to Kritsada, who has to go back to Sarach. And then Cheriton all the way to his goalkeeper. About 7 or so minutes until half-time. Well, in the lead up to this, Mario Rivera said he wanted respect for his team. There's unhappiness over that one.
It's the correct call made by the referee. Tirasin was shoved in the back and he actually tried to continue. Didn't go down easily. Hung onto the ball. Actually, the referee blowing his whistle. That's good. That's really good.
On the turn.
That one not so good. Now have a look at this. I mean, it's give and go. Very nice. Quick one-touch football. And then Tirasin's in behind, and he's disappointed with himself that he doesn't quite catch it. Nice to see Ekanit getting a chance, and you know, he's been pretty lively, getting involved, especially there.
Rivera is talking to his players there, isn't he?
You can hear him just trying to coach them along the way as well.
Trying to do something a little different there, Hendra. And Norikwan goes back to his keeper. Towards Hakimi. Looking to get it to his strike partner, Ramizi. Malinora there, colliding with Sasalak.
Well, that change in shape from Rivera has really worked for Brunei, you have to say. They've limited Thailand ever since that opening goal. Looking a bit more secure at the back, a bit more compact in that sense. And it stays at 1-0, you know, just that longer ball that was played over the top. There will be a few moments of nervousness at times, I'm sure.
It's poured in. Sarach. Well, it just prompts the question, of course, easy to say now, why they wouldn't have started with a 5. Here comes Tiraton. He's kept that in play. He was anticipating that. Now Supanan. Header cleared off the line.
I mean, again, you can't say they aren't creating chances. They are. They're working very hard to do exactly that, Thailand. And once more, they're in behind. And that, again, it's a free header. That's just good defending. Another yellow shirt this time. Switched on to the danger. Getting on the line to head it away.
Now Adisak. Oh, that's a wild effort, isn't it, in the end? And they'll be very happy with that so far, Brunei.
Just have a look at this. Supanan, drop of the shoulder, heads towards the byline, clips it back in. Najib heading it away from what would have been goal number 2 for Thailand.
Perhaps kicking has not been his biggest strength.
Yeah, that's 2 goal kicks now. I think they've just gone straight out of play for a throw into the opposition.
Thailand come again. Now board in. And they get a second one just before half time. That goes out for a corner.
It's just not quite happening for them on that front. But once more, I mean, they're creating chances at will here, Thailand. Bordin's got so much space on the left. Just can't pick out another... What color is that? Red? Maroon?
I'm colorblind. I'll go with whatever you told me.
A deep, dark red. The hints of orange.
Sarach. So Tiraton here, going to swing another one in. That's a great ball! And it's the all-time record goal scorer who adds to his tally. That's now 20 AFF Championship goals after a peach of a delivery from Tiraton.
Great finish by Tirasin. That's quality all the way through. Have a look at this ball from Tiraton. The shape on it, right onto the head of Tirasin. Just look at that. Brilliant height on it. Great curve. Dropping right onto Tirasin's head.
That's kind of rolling back the years, isn't it?
Yeah,
Tirasin swinging in for a... Sorry,
Tiraton
swinging in for Tirasin.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a goal they deserve. It was coming. Pressure has been intense.
But Brunei, so close, weren't they, to just limiting them to 1, and they've gone for goal here. Are we going to give that as a shot?
That's a shot on target. That is. It's not just a shot, it's a shot on target. Kittipong has had a save to make.
Just the 1 minute of added time then.
Tiraton's had an excellent first half.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been everywhere in midfield for Thailand, dictating the tempo of the game for them. popping up in areas where he can play passes in behind the opposition defense and then setting up that goal for Tirasin.
Oh, that ball could have been played a bit earlier for Adisak, who made the run.
I think Adisak's frustrated with himself as well that he wasn't able to take a first touch inside and hold off the challenge of Yura Indra.
How did it... Well, the referee has blown the whistle. And how would you assess that first 45 minutes?
Thailand are cruising along in complete control of this match, but it's to be expected. You know, Brunei have fought hard. They've tried to keep Thailand out for as long as they possibly could, but Thailand, with the quality, have found a way through.
So he's had a lot of work to do today, Jaime. He's actually excelled so far, but it's 2 goals, Bordin Pala, and then right at the end of the first half, Tirasin Dangda, that separates Thailand from Brunei Darussalam. Halftime score here, it's Brunei 0, Thailand 2.
Nutrition, thương hiệu số 1 trên thế giới về quản lý cân nặng và sức khỏe, được hàng triệu người dùng và các vận động viên hàng đầu tin chọn. Chọn dinh dưỡng lành mạnh, chọn Herbalife Nutrition. Herbalife Nutrition.
challenges arise, we push forward. We are here to move forward with all of Southeast Asia. To build better lives, a more sustainable society, a brighter tomorrow. It's time for a new chapter to begin. Together, we can build better. AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup 2022. Mitsubishi Electric.
Welcome back to the Kuala Lumpur Football Stadium, AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup 2022. It's match day 1 in Group A. It's the second match of the evening with Thailand 2-0 up against Brunei, and we have a change for the Thais with Adisak Kraison off, and in his place it's a like-for-like change. It's Poramet Adviria, 24-year-old forward. So Adisak, I was saying he was finding it hard to get starts in the previous tournament. It's finding it hard to get a full game.
Yeah. I mean, could be a situation there where they also, you know, looking to just rotate things around, give Poramet a chance. I mean, in this sort of game, it surprised me to see Monopolking look to try and make a few more changes as it goes on.
So what did Brunei do now, Roshan? They contained for as much as they could. They must be a bit frustrated that they conceded just before halftime. More of the same in that sense, and keep that defensive shape.
Yeah, I think more of the same. I think they've got to continue to look to try and do what they were doing in the first half, which was looking to frustrate Thailand. Because of that gulf in quality between the two sides, gulf in experience, fitness levels, the tempo, the speed of the play. If they do, Brunei start to open up and really start to chase this, it could get very ugly. In terms of that scoreline, you do want to try and maintain that level of respectability. Have a bit of fun as well on the pitch. If you can get forward in these counter-attacking moments, sure, go ahead and try and do it, but I don't think they'll be opening up too much.
The man has just come on. Poramet is earning his third cap from Wangtong United. Playing next to a Thai legend, really, Thirasin Dangda. 117 appearances now for his country. So it'll be a really special for him to be up there with him. Ali Noor has had a lot of work to do, keeping the likes of Bordin and Sasalak at bay when he can.
I mean, you're asking me as well about what Brunei can do. Even if you were to say to them, we'll be more open, more expansive, and give it here, give it there, it's still difficult for them to execute.
Yeah, it's probably been the most impressive of the lot from the Brunei players. Jaime, who's actually not a bad kick from him. Yes, Supanan. Tiraton. Up to Ekene. Thirasin. You can see what he was just trying to play that through. It will be a free kick here for the Thais. Pretty much dead centre.
That was a nice run by Sasalak. Thirasin trying to find him with that pass. See, there was an arm out from Yura.
Opportunity here. There are a few contenders for this one.
Whether it's the left foot of Tiraton or the right of Bordin, who can't hit them as well. some of the dead ball situations. You'd say it's more suited for towards a right-footed player, but there's some Teratons there.
It's bored in.
Maybe should have left it for Teraton. Evidence of that.
There's Ramizi rather, who's really not had too many touches of the ball forward. Brunei felt that should have been their throw-in. That's Kritsada. Ekanet won't get to it. Manapolking will be pretty pleased with this so far.
Yeah, you know, it was one-sided in the first half. It's pretty much a training exercise, attack against defense, essentially. But what was good was that it actually wasn't a dull first half. You know, yeah, there was a difference in quality between the two sides, but you had Thailand moving the ball quickly. The game was played at a nice pace, and you know, Brunei trying to keep them out, working hard just to put their bodies on the line and try and limit the damage. Done well yet to earn themselves a free kick in an advanced position for them. I wonder if Hakimi's shaping to shoot from here.
That would be something. Well, it's kind of nothing really in the end.
You can see there was an element of a training ground routine there. You had a couple of players, I think one of them was Yura Indra, just peeling off onto that left side. Just couldn't quite get the delivery right from Hakimi. But if they can find a way to get forward, win these free kicks in those positions, try and use set pieces to get themselves back into this game.
Here's Sarach. Now Tiraton. Sasalak comes forward. Borden Pala in field. Still dink over. Ekanet. It's a save from Jaime, who's taking a little blow there. Winded himself, perhaps. He's okay.
Borden, I mean, again, just cuts inside easily. It's time to pick out a pass into the area.
He's made another save there, but that one pretty much straight at him, Jaime.
That was hit with plenty of pace, this one from Sarat. Just straight down the middle.
There's a flag. I think they were looking across there.
Had a good early shout from Jaime, indicating that he was going to be stepping out. Picked that one up.
I think you can hear Rivera there saying, get the ball up. Guessing since you're 2-0 down, you might as well try and be a little bit more progressive now in the second half.
Yeah, there'll be moments when they can try and get forward. Thailand now, of course, just at times they're going to have to catch a bit of a breather as well. Just hold their positions, wait for the right moments to press again. And as we pointed out in the first half as well, you know, sometimes the good sides, they let you have it, they draw you into these traps, and then the intensity of the press goes up and they can try and hit you on the counter attack just because you left space in behind. Again, it's just been difficult for Brunei to progress the ball forward. Thailand
goes up, yep.
Sorry, Shazad. Thailand is just for... They'll let you have the ball up to a certain point, and then that press has got to come in. It's well offside. Miles offside, that's Sasalak. He's had a good game, Jaime.
Get that back, says the referee. Let's take it from the right place. Well, 60 attacks so far. Whopping amount, isn't it?
It's just complete dominance by Thailand.
Yeah, and their only other appearance in the... As I can mix the cross. Now bored in. Trying to be perhaps a little clever. And the only other appearance at the AFF Championship back in 1996, they also faced Thailand, Brunei, and lost that one 6-0. Kiatisuk, Senamwon, legendary Thai striker. Very much on the score sheet on that one.
It was a bit of a coming together earlier there between Hakimi and Kritsada. Sada wasn't too happy with the fact that Hakimi seemed to have just pulled him back. Hakimi indicating to the referee that he felt he was elbowed in the process.
Correct.
Don't mind seeing a little bit of that in this match. A little bit of fight. Hakimi, another one from this Brunei side who's actually looked pretty decent. Gonna try to make something happen, Hakimi, in attack for them.
It does feel like they have kind of pushed a little bit further up and making a few more forays across that halfway line at least. I mean, trying to pick something positive for the Bruneians. Oh, that's a lovely ball through. And again, he's kept himself big here to deny the new man in Poromet. Hakimi. Oh, sorry, Jaime's done so well.
That is lovely play from Tirasin. Just drops off the forward line. I'm not sure that first touch from Poromet helps him. This one here is a bit too heavy. Gives Jaime the opportunity to come out and close him down. Gets his angle spot on. Spreads himself well and makes a good save. It was a good run by Poromet. Identified the space that had come about because of Tirasin's movement. Needed a better touch into the area. Set himself up for, could have been goal number 3.
Well, he did say, Mona Polking, that he wanted to start with the 3 points, of course, as the defending champions especially. They also wanted to respect Brunei, not underestimate any team in the group. Just concentrate on what they have to do so far. And they're pretty good at that. Sasalak to Bordin. Bordin's going for it. peppering that goal, Thailand.
Just drop of the shoulder, cutting inside once again. You mentioned Paul King talking about wanting to respect Brunei. I think they've done that.
Yeah.
You know, they played well here, Thailand. It's not been a situation of them sort of taking things easy and being complacent about it.
Yeah. I think you mentioned earlier that the 83% that they've had is with intent.
Yes.
Rather than sideways and backwards.
That's right. Created so many opportunities.
Here's Ekanet. Yeah, it's certainly not for lack of trying, is it? Because Jaime's had to pull off some very nice saves.
And they played with intensity. You can see they're playing at a good tempo. There's invention in their game as well, so certainly not a case of them taking Brunei lightly. Still wanting to go out there and show their class.
Tiraton now poured in. And Norikwan is there in the way. He's seen a lot of the ball, hasn't he? Tiraton. Tiraton! Oh, that looked, for all intents and purposes, like Tirasin was going to get his second and Thailand's third.
Probably should have been. Again, look at this delivery from Tiraton into Tirasin right onto his head. Perhaps a player of his quality and his experience should be doing a lot better.
Well,
He's under a little bit of pressure, but still, he gets to the ball first. He should put that away.
I was going to say the best two balls so far from the left-hand side have come when Tiraton has drifted out wide.
Yeah.
Paul King. We're seeing this a chance here. Again, that's Tirasin right at the keeper.
That's another good save by Jaime. He just seems to be able to attract shots towards him. That's twice now he's taken him straight into the chest.
It's a lovely ball, though.
Yeah, great ball played into Tirasin. It's another good save.
Yeah, I was just going to say that interesting in the build-up to this, Mona Polking had said that this was much different from the previous tournament because they actually had 2 weeks to prepare for this tournament. The Thai League, of course, goes on through this period normally, wouldn't it? And so they've stopped a bit earlier. If I'm not mistaken, last year it was almost right up to it. There was very little preparation time. So he's quite happy with the preparation. He's also happy with the work ethic. Oh dear. They're going to make some changes here. So Hendra, who had a bit of a knock in the first half, if you recall, is going off. Wafi Aminuddin is coming on. The captain's armband goes to Najib Tarif. Aswan Saleh is coming on. And he replaces Hazik. He's not moving particularly well, is he?
Substitution for Brunei, player number 50, Hedra Azam.
Aswan Saleh is a veteran, 34 years of age for DPMM. 30 odd caps to his name. Wafi Aminuddin, just 22, earning his 6th cap of his international career, also with DPMM. Spent a bit of time in Japan in his youth career. Ekanet, who's only got it as far. There's Tirasin, the goalkeeper, but he did enough. Here's Ekane. Tiraton on his right-hand side for a bit. Now Sarac down the line to Ekane. Here's a lot of interventions. Oh, that could have gone anywhere. And the new man in, Wafi. And let's put that over his own bar.
He knows it as well, Wafi. Oh, the cheeks, look at that. He wasn't quite sure, he's just grateful it's ended up over the crossbar.
What a way to introduce yourself for the match.
It's a good strong punch by Jaime there earlier. As it fell to Sasalak for the shot, but it's good command of his area.
That's a good save, isn't it? Right place at the right time, Jaime. Hug that ball, young man.
He's a shot magnet. I mean, just have a look at that. Gets Pansa, who makes a run towards the back post. Tiraton. Once again, a peach of a pass into the area. Lovely ball. Just inviting Pansa to go on and head it into the back of the net. That should have been a goal. Jaime was there. I was going to say earlier with Azwan Saleh, remember him from his Brunei DPMM days playing in the Singapore League.
Now, is that enough for Razimi? Is he going to be taken off? Could they make another change here, Brunei? Just wonder whether they are. He's wincing quite a bit here. The other thing, of course, to remember is that because of that lack of international match play, the pace of this game, not just the pace, but just match fitness and playing at this level against this opposition, it's going to take a lot out of you.
Yeah, it is. Here's another look at that goal from Tirasin. Lovely header, but it's all about the delivery, and then Tiraton's deliveries have been brilliant this evening. Yeah, the pace and the conditioning levels.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to try and bring these players up to that international level, and it's just not going to happen in the space of a few weeks or, you know, in a short period of time. And when your domestic league, that level is so low, and the fitness levels in that league as well are kind of low compared to the international scene, then it makes a big difference.
Ekanet. Nice shape on that ball from Supanan. Here's Bordin. Sasalak. Oh, they can't clear their lines again. Oh, you called it right. Shot magnet is right. He's looking to get another goal here, and it's straight at the keeper from Tirasin.
Again, look at this pass from Tiraton. I mean, the weight on it is perfect. There's not too much space to hit between that Brunei backline and where Jaime is, and onto that run of a moving target in Tirasin as well. He's placed it perfectly onto his head once more. And it just seems like Thailand's attackers are more attracted to Jaime than they are the rest of the goal. Everything just seems to be finding him at the moment.
Yeah, that shot on target stat now. It's just inching up, and they are making changes again, further changes. Azumi had a problem earlier, as we saw. Slowly trudging off.
Substitution for Brunei Darussalam. Player number 31, Razimi Ramli, replaced by player number 9, Abdul Azizi Ali Rahman. Player number 30.
So a couple of changes then. Azizi Ali Rahman and Adi Said coming on. Razimi there, replaced by Azizi.
Dan keluarkan pemain berjersey nombor 23 Hakimi Aziz dan digantikan pemain berjersey nombor 10.
Adi Said, who's one of these Said brothers. Sharazan, as I mentioned earlier, the all-time record goal scorer for his country. Not chosen for this tournament. Canet. Can they get the shot in? Oh! Has he pulled that off? No, I thought he had, Jaime. It is just wide of the post. He got down well, though. He scrambled across.
He did it. Look at how quick he moves. Good focus. Changes his focus here as the cross comes in. Looks straight away. Had his angles covered as well. Had his near post covered there. Let's drag the shot wide. Poramet, I think it was, with the final effort.
Now, let's hope this is just cramp or nothing serious for him, because they do not want to be losing this man.
I mean, he's really small for a goalkeeper, but it doesn't seem to be affecting him at all.
He's springing around, isn't he? Well, they've rung in the changes, the Bruneians. He's 175. So Tirasen's done his bit. He'll take a bit of a break. So will Bordin. Yaronsak Wongon is coming on.
Yeah, more pace, more of that directness. In Jaransak coming on for Bordin.
Jaransak is a 25-year-old midfielder from Guangdong. 4th international cap.
Looks like Sumanya has come on as well for Tirasen.
Twelve attempts on target now. Yes. Sumanya Pulisal is 36 years of age, from Chonburi.
One veteran on for another.
25th cap this evening. Jaransak's first contribution. Overhit cross.
Yeah, just having to move over to the left-hand side. Mekanik Panya. Jaransak occupying position on the right. You can see what he's going to bring. That willingness to run into space, to attack space. His speed and his directness. Not the best of deliveries. Just getting warmed up.
Well, we are about half an hour almost into this second half, and there hasn't been a third goal. Now, again, They have been pushing for it. It has just been some superb goalkeeping. Really, that's denied them.
Yeah, it's just been basically Jaime in goal. The finishing hasn't been the best in terms of how they've always been able to hit it towards the goalkeeper.
On the byline there, that should go for a corner.
But I mean, it's a credit to Jaime. He's covered his angles well, obviously.
I think it says a lot that they've, you know, this guy's going down with cramp. They've made all their substitutions very early on.
Yeah, they're just going to have to find a way to hang on here. I mean, Ali Noor, he was struggling there. Ekanik had gotten past him, and he's still able to put a challenge in at full stretch.
Oh, that was in front of goal. They've done better. They're looking for another corner. Pansa, but they're not going to get it.
Good delivery from Saratjuyan. Pansa with the height advantage. Can try and attack it. This comes off the side of his head.
"15 minutes to go here. Brunei still managing to hold Thailand to only that 2-goal lead. Well, that's a shot, isn't it? Comfortable for Kittipong. A rare sight of him in this first half, a second half rather.
That was worth an effort. It was a decent effort. In the end, it came in. A save from Kittipong in the first half. A save in the second.
Let's that continue. Here's Teraton. Across to Jaron Sak, the new man in. Now Sarach. Weave his way through. Mania Parisai. Tiraton. Sumania won't get there.
A bit of a shame that, because Sumania had taken up a really good position. Just couldn't quite link the pass together between Tiraton and Sumania. Still looking for more Thailand. Not settling for the 2-0. Of course, the first priority, always to get the 3 points, get off to a good start. I don't think there's any real doubt that they're going to get there.
It's been extremely comfortable for them. And I think he can be quite proud of his players tonight. Rivera. How they've conducted themselves, how they've played. Worked really hard here.
Yeah, you know, from Brunei, it's a credit to them. They've really worked hard on the defensive side of things. Just as that Gulf in class, but what they can control is their intensity and their energy, their work rate. The shot comes in. Okay. Well out. Again, it's Jaime with the save.
Yeah. Fairly comfortable on this one.
Supanan. Lots of space. Decides to have a go at goal. Jaime saw it coming from a long way. Brunei, you know, they've given it absolutely everything. They've worked as hard as they possibly can. They put themselves about. They've put in challenges. They've thrown their bodies in the way.
And it's a credit to the competition and the two, as we see a couple more substitutions to be made here, to the two so-called underdogs or minnows in this group have acquitted themselves well, haven't they?
Yeah, but you saw Cambodia. But Cambodia were brilliant. They were a different level. I mean, they took the game to the Philippines. They showed some really good quality. They were brave as well, Cambodia. A real belief in their ability.
Well, they have a throw in here, and I just wonder whether it's an opportunity to get some bodies further forward. There's going to be those tie changes now. And we're going to see Piradon come on. Sarach Yuan goes off. And Ekanet is replaced by Chanarong.
Substitution for
A chance for Chanarong to impress. It's 10 minutes plus a little bit. The end of this match for Piradon as well. Just to step into midfield, get a feel for his role in there, feel for the competition.
Chanarong is 21. Plays has played for a Spanish club in the lower levels. He's had a loan spell there with Chonburi. Getting his fourth cap. Piradon is 30. He's with Buriram and is getting his 9th cap tonight. Into that final 10 now. Tiraton. Out wide to Supanan. Pansa to Tiraton. Tiraton looks up. Goes out wide to Jaransak. Into the side netting.
Second time he's been unable to just stick out a cross here, Jaransak. The right intention, taking it to the byline. Look at it, take the defender on. Well, there's trouble here for Najib as well. The cramps are starting to come in for Brunei. It's going to be a long last few minutes of this match.
Porking's like, let's get things going. He's not really buying this, is he?
He wants more, and I think you can see that when he's having a word with one of his assistants. He wants more goals.
I remember that 2-0 against Timor-Leste when he said we knew this was going to happen.
Yeah,
I did want more goals. We tried to push for it. We knew what we were going to be up against, and I guess similar in a way, right?
Yes, yeah, similar. I think he'll probably be saying the same thing. You know, again, said earlier on, match day one up against a side who are going to be wanting to impress, going to be committed. And the important thing here for Thailand was to put on a good display, which I think they have, and to play with the right attitude, and the attitude has been right. I don't think they've taken things easy. It's not like they've not created chances. They created plenty of opportunities. They could have had 3 or 4 more goals added to the 2 they've already scored. But Jaime's been in inspired form, and he's kept them out. And as that saying goes, it's not necessarily about how you start, although 3 points is a good start.
It's a very good start, isn't it?
It's about how you finish, and look again, I mean, this 3 points gives them the platform to go and push on to the next game. Job done, move on to the next one.
Well, we know they got better and better, didn't they, in the last
Yeah.
tournament, if we're going to use that as a template. Sasalak comes off Norikwan, or rather Alinor. Twisting and turning, thinking it over. Trying to set each other up, maybe trying to walk the ball into the net.
And look at that again from Brunei.
Throwing themselves at it. Great
Throwing
to
themselves
see.
about, yeah.
Jaron Sak. These balls into the box haven't really worked. Seemed a little bit tentative, the shot there from Piradon.
Yeah, it just didn't look that convincing. Just lining up to take this shot here. You know, you were talking about the positives for Brunei, and there've been a few defensive side of things and the attitude side of things. And another of the positives they'll perhaps look to take away is if they can see out the second half. Let's say it finishes 2-0, they'll say, we held Thailand to a draw in the second half, second 45.
I was going to say, this is almost feel like a win in the second half. I mean, I know they've lost.
Yeah.
And they've been clearly the second best side. But they can take so much from this, can't they?
Yeah, they can. They can. I think you take these little bits of encouragement along the way. So I'll try and see if they can hang on to this result, you know, in a sense. And I think it will mean something.
And they've got one match under their belt against this is the toughest opposition they'll have.
Yeah.
So you'd like to think things can get better from here.
Yeah.
Sasalak has gone down. Just looking his left ankle. And Zizi just comes over to check if he's okay because of this. A little bit late from him.
Well, that's the the one thing Manapul King will want to avoid now is any injuries to his players.
Is that beating the offside trap? It looked like it has. Tiraton. Oh, that looks like a decent ball in. They should finish. Oh, how unfortunate is that? It looked like a wonder save. Unbelievable save from Jaime. And you can completely understand why he feels that way.
You feel for Jaime there. I mean, Sasalak puts this into a great area, and it's an own goal. That's such a shame for Brunei. They were looking to just hang on in the second half. I was just talking about how it would have been a good second half result, a 0-0 against Thailand in the second 45. They almost got that. I mean, Poramat has got the whole goal to aim at. He still hits it towards Jaime. Great save by Jaime. Super, super save. He's just really unfortunate that that comes off Yura Indra for an own goal to make it 3.
Poor fellow was also on the ground in absolute despair. And you feel for them.
Yeah, you do feel for them. You feel for Jaime, you feel for Yura Indra as well, because he doesn't know too much about it. It's just coming to him so quickly.
Well, that is so unfortunate as far as Brunei are concerned. How he got across and just kept himself as big as he could and hope that he would get there. Is that going to be a penalty? Oh, it is. It's all gone wrong in the last couple of minutes, and it's that man again, I'm afraid. Yura Indraputra.
And Sasalak again, who's earned this one. I mean, 100% a penalty, no doubt about that. And he's been full of energy. Sasalak down the left. Well, that's what you expect from him. Yura Indra, just tiredness and fatigue.
Yeah.
Just so late to that one. And of course, the blow of having scored that own goal just gives away a penalty here. He's so late. And he knows it. Hands up, straight away apologizes.
Yeah, that was immediate, wasn't it? His acknowledgement. Oh, I've got that wrong.
Yeah, and then I really don't think it's a case of him actually wanting to go out and kick Sasalak. He's actually trying to make a clearance. He's just so late to that because it's late in the game. He's had a long night, and Sasalak was just too quick.
Now, hold on. There's still a penalty to take, of course. And you wouldn't put past Jaime. Oh, he guesses the right way. But it's not quite there. And they get their goal through Piradon.
These are the goals they wanted. He almost gets to it as well, Jaime. He does actually get to it. He almost makes a save. Oh, you feel for Jaime.
Wasn't far, was he?
But Thailand will be a lot happier.
This has put a gloss on it now, hasn't it?
That's right, that's right. It's not just the 3 points, it's 4 goals now. And you start to think, you know, there might have been just at 2-0, there might have been people saying it's not good enough from Thailand, you know, hypercritical.
Which would have been unfair, given.
Would have been very unfair.
Yeah.
But now this kind of just puts all that to bed in a sense. You know how it can be.
And you know what? Just because of how he's played tonight, it would need something very special or very unfortunate to get past Jaime, and it has unfortunately been for him the latter.
Yeah.
With the penalty and then the own goal and then the penalty, I should say. But you really do feel for Brunei and how they've carried themselves this evening. Azizi's just hurt himself in that coming together with Kritsada. Well, they'll be happy, these Thai fans, with what they've seen. Finally, at least the goals have come. And they know that Thailand can get only better from here. But this, in theory, is their easiest match. There are tougher challenges to come. And now we've seen Cambodia. No one should be discounting them.
Yeah, and I mean, the next game up for Cambodia is against Indonesia away.
Oh, that'll be...
Oh, that should be a pretty good one.
Oh, in the cauldron.
Yeah. The Philippines up against Brunei.
That could be interesting.
Yeah, especially...
Oh, that one has got past Jaime. And this is a very late flourish from Thailand, and it's a second goal for Piradon as well.
That's a lovely strike by Piradon. Such sweet technique on the hit. Gets a couple of goals for himself. Just have a look at this. First touch, second one sets himself up. Drives right through it. Pure focus, much more conviction on this hit than it was the earlier one. He blazed over the bar.
Beaten for pace on this one.
Pace and direction, bottom corner, no chance for Jaime. That's an excellent shot. 5 now for Thailand.
Wow, in just a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
All change, isn't it? In added time, we're into the final minute of added time. So, as Roshan said, as this comes to an end, the teams will look to their matches ahead, and a little bit of annoyance there Philippines, Brunei on the 23rd. Only a couple of days rest. Don't forget they've got to still travel there as well. The only plus point, I suppose, is both teams have to travel, Philippines and Brunei. Recovery is so key in these tight fixtures.
Recovery and using the squads as well. You know,
Right.
it's going to really test your squad depth and your squad strength.
If you don't have that depth, then you're really putting a lot on this play.
You've got a big problem.
As Roshan mentioned, it's Thailand actually have a day off, a match day off. But job done for Thailand tonight. And how would you characterize that? Does that last 3 minutes gloss over? Because look, they have worked hard, haven't they?
No, they have Thailand, and they deserve this win, and they deserve to win it by a big margin. I mean, you look at the number of saves Jaime made. It could have actually been 8-9-0. You know, with opportunities that Thailand did create. I think they finally got their reward in those last few minutes with the 3 goals that they scored late on in this one. It's a deserved result for them. A great start to their campaign, which is something Mano Polking spoke about, wanting to get off to a very good start with a win against a determined Brunei side, and it was a determined Brunei side. I know you're showing me the number of saves by Jaime, 11 saves.
Feels like more, doesn't it?
Feels like more. I mean, he was incredible, and you do feel for him a little bit. You conceded 3 more goals towards the end there. But yeah, look, I mean, I don't think this is a scoreline. It's not a scoreline that flatters Thailand. It's a scoreline that they deserve because they played some really good football in this one, and they haven't taken Brunei Darussalam lightly.
It ends here. Brunei Darussalam 0, Thailand 5. With the Thais having 3 very late goals in the last 4 minutes of this match, which really does help the goal difference cause. See if that has any impact a little bit later on in this group stage. But an important win. Brunei can feel they played so well and just perhaps let themselves down a little bit towards the end, but tiredness and perhaps inexperience has told. They have marginally improved on the last time that they played Thailand. Here are some of these stats for you, and it was 11 saves indeed for Jaime, 80% of the ball for Thailand, and in the end you'd say 5-0. Well, that translates in the number of chances, 33 in this match, of which 16 were on target.
I mean, incredible from Thailand. Just dominance there. You look at the numbers, and 11 saves, as you mentioned, just a 2 for Kittipong. 1 in the first half, shot from the halfway line from a restart, and then a save in the second half as well. Although it's been a quiet night for him, but Thailand top of the standings at the moment.
Yep, by virtue of that big win, they are ahead of Cambodia. But what a night of football we've had. 10 goals. The big story of the night, though, belongs to Cambodia. They've beaten the Philippines 3-2, and then Thailand thrashing Brunei 5-0. What an excellent opening night we've had, and there's so much more to come. And it's Group B in action tomorrow as we complete the first round of matches across both groups in the AFF Mitsubishi Electric Cup 2022. But delight for Thailand and Cambodia on their opening night of fixtures. And it now is down to the next round. Certainly will be fascinating to watch how the other sides, will they be looking at this and thinking, the sides that are so-called the unfancied sides have shown up, have shown what they can do. And certainly they will want to avoid potential upsets. So tomorrow we'll have Myanmar up against Malaysia, and Laos will take on Vietnam. There are potential banana skins there. Now both those sides, Malaysia and Vietnam, go into those matches as favourites.
All right, congrats, coach. So maybe you can conclude overall performance from your team tonight. Is it enough with the scoring, and how about the performance overall?
I'm very happy. I mean, we have to score the goals when we get the chances, but I think we really dominate the game from the first minute until the last minute, playing some good football, creating a lot. We were not scoring enough at the beginning or when the game was going to the final minutes, but okay, scoring then the 3 goals at the end makes the result also a good result. The performance is good, and it was important to start with the 3 points here. We knew that the first games are always difficult, but with that performance, of course, we must be happy. Now we have 5 days to rest. We will have Philippines at home, and now the focus is on that game.
Okay, it's really good to start the tournament with 3 points, but are they really follow what instruction you have given?
Yeah, today everything was good. A part of the missing chances, I believe also the goalkeeper from Brunei has a very good day, saving fantastic balls. A part of that, I think the rest, again, the way we defend the long balls, the way we communicate at the back, we never really concede a shot, so it was okay. But again, we should, I don't like to say score more goals because this, I know that Brunei was fighting also very well, but at the end, I think the 5-0 is okay. We create a lot, we score a lot, so now we have to forget that game and focus on the next one.
There's a lot of changes in your players for tonight, coach. So is that you want to
it's
test your
important
players?
to test some players. Now we are still in that stage of the game. The game was already decided somehow. That's why we make the 5 changes that we have. Now after the 5 days, we're gonna have 3 games in a row in 7 days, what is very tough. So it's important now to get a good rest, to fly home well, and then to see what we expect from Philippines.
All right, thank you so much. Congrats,
Thank you.
coach.
Thank
All
you.
right.
It's time for a new chapter to begin. Together, we can build better.
All right, coach. Yeah, maybe you can conclude your game for tonight, coach. For overall performance of your players, are you happy? Maybe we know about the situation of Thailand and Brunei, but maybe you have something you want to find in this game, coach. Maybe you can share with us.
Yeah, of course. The spirit of the players and how we defense was good. There is a big difference, much big difference that we saw in the game. We are not playing league for the last 3 years. We don't have any professional player. They have 2 leagues, 18 and 16 teams, 800 professional players. The difference, we knew that it's so big, but our players give the best, play well in defense. We didn't have enough confidence to play in attack. We can play better than today. We will improve, but we are here to learn and to try to develop the football in Brunei, and it's one step more, and it's time to learn and to try to be best in the next game.
Maybe what is the biggest mistake that your players need to learn from tonight, coach?
There is not only one mistake. Maybe the main mistake was for me because the plan that we had maybe wasn't the best. After we changed was better, and maybe should be a different game if we start like that, but nobody knows.
And for next game, coach?
Yeah, now to try to recover the players, to use new players, and to try to be competitive again. We have a tough game with Philippines. We need to travel. Also, it's very difficult because when the players are not professional, it is difficult to compete with them. If you have to travel and you have to play after 3 days or 2 days only, and play the 3rd day, it's very difficult. But we will try. We will give our best.
All right. Thank you, coach.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
4 minutes of added time.
Tambahan masa paruh